Okay, let's talk about something I think we've all been through. It's this trap, the trap of the perfect plan. You know the one, where our best intentions somehow magically lead to us doing absolutely nothing at all.
So, have you ever noticed this? It's a really weird thing that happens. You get this sudden burst of motivation, this incredible moment of clarity, and you think to yourself, yes, this is the day. Today is the day I'm finally going to get organized.
And so you sit down. You spend, I don't know, an hour, maybe even more, just crafting this beautiful, perfect plan. You map out every single task, you break down all the steps, and man, you feel this amazing sense of control. It feels like anything is possible.
And then what happens?
Yeah, you do almost nothing on that list. The day just slips by, the plan is sitting there, totally untouched. And you know, the worst part isn't even that you didn't get things done. It's that sinking feeling that you've let yourself down again.
But I want you to hear this and really let it sink in. The problem? It isn't you. It's not because you lack willpower or discipline. The problem is the plans themselves. They are, at their core, fundamentally flawed.
So, why? Why do our best laid plans always seem to betray us? Well, it turns out there are 5 hidden psychological reasons for this vicious cycle. And honestly, just understanding them is the first huge step to finally breaking free.
All right, reason number 1, it's basically a classic case of mistaken identity.
See, here's the thing. Your plan is created by what we'll call planning you. This version of you is calm, rational, full of energy and clarity. But the plan has to be carried out by acting you. And who is that person? Well, they're often tired, distracted, and facing all sorts of real-world resistance. The plan made by one just doesn't account for the reality of the other. They're practically 2 different people living in 2 different worlds.
Okay, reason number 2 is a really clever trick your own brain plays on you. It's something called the illusion of movement. When you're making that perfect plan, your brain actually gets a little hit of dopamine. It feels like you're making progress. You haven't actually done a single thing yet, but your brain kind of checks the box, which then completely kills your motivation to do the actual work.
Number 3, our plans are built for a perfect world. A world that, doesn't actually exist.
You can map out your day perfectly, down to the minute. But life is messy, right? Reality always gets in the way. A random phone call, a sudden mood change, a dip in your energy. Your super rigid plan can't handle it. And the moment it breaks, what do? We just give up on the whole thing. The problem isn't a lack of discipline, it's a total lack of flexibility. The 4th reason is all about how our brains react to pressure. Just think about how it feels when you look at a long list of tasks. It's heavy, right? It's just overwhelming. This feeling, this cognitive overload, is a direct trigger for procrastination. Your brain immediately starts looking for an escape. So please, remember this. You're not being lazy. You're having a completely normal reaction to an overwhelming system.
And finally, we've got the 5th, and honestly, the most powerful reason our plans fail. It's this. We love to think that we operate on logic, but the truth is, we act on emotion. A plan is just a logical list of what's important. But doing the task, well, that involves feeling bored or stressed out or maybe even a little scared. And when logic and emotion get into a fight, emotion wins every single time. So, this is the big question, isn't it? If this whole traditional approach to planning is so fundamentally broken, what's the alternative? What on earth actually works? Well, the answer isn't about making a better plan. It's about switching to a system of action. A system that's designed for your real, messy, emotional self, not some ideal robotic version of you. And this whole system is built on just 3 simple principles. First, a minimal entry point, which makes starting so ridiculously easy it feels effortless. Second is radical flexibility, so you can adapt to how you're actually feeling. And third, a laser-tight focus on the current step, so you never get that overwhelmed feeling again. So here's what that first principle looks like in real life. Instead of a huge, scary task like write the report, your action is just open the file. That's it. Instead of go to the gym, your action is put on your shoes. The whole goal is just to make starting so incredibly easy that resistance doesn't even have a chance to show up. This is the key mindset shift you have to make. We're all taught to wait for motivation or for clarity before we act. But in reality, it's the other way around. Action itself is what creates clarity and builds momentum. Trying to plan everything perfectly first is usually what gets us stuck. But one tiny little action, That's what starts the engine.
So let's make this super practical. Forget about building some big, perfect plan for tomorrow. Here's how you can actually start using this system, like right now.
I want you to think of it like this. Imagine you're walking in a really thick fog. You can't see your final destination. You can't even see 10 feet in front of you. All you can see is the very next step, right there on the ground. So you take it, and as soon as you do, the next step reveals itself. That's how real progress is made. Not with some grand plan, but just with a sequence of small, clear actions. So, forget the plan, just ask yourself this one question. What is the absolute simplest, smallest, most laughably easy physical action you can take toward what matters right now? Not later today, right now. Do that one thing, and I promise you, you will have already broken the cycle.